Hi, I'm Sam Horn, and this is this week's Better Newsletter. Our aha comes from Wayne Dyer, who said, "How people treat you is their karma. How you respond is yours." Our anecdote comes from my Talking on Eggshells book. Someone had told me that he had lent his lake cabin to a friend for the weekend. And when he went in after the weekend, his friend had left it in such a mess. He'd broken the blender and not even told him. He said, "I am so angry, I don't know if I'm ever going to speak to him again." How about you? Has someone made you mad? Has someone trampled your boundaries or treated you unfairly or unkindly? Are you simmering in silence, or are you speaking up for what you want, need, and deserve? What I found while interviewing people for that Talking on Eggshells book is that many of us have been intellectualized out of our anger. We deny it. "Oh, I'm not angry," or we excuse it. "Well, they were just having a bad day." However, we don't say anything because we don't want to make things worse. Guess what? Not saying anything makes things worse. Here's 5 steps that you can use to express your anger proactively. A is for assess what happened. Ask yourself, why am I upset? What did they say or do exactly that I felt was unfair, unkind, inappropriate? N is nix extreme words. Extreme words produce extreme emotions. So if we say, "You always do this to me, you never think of how I feel," that extreme accusation is going to elicit an extreme counterattack. G is for give a specific example. Instead of a sweeping generalization, say, "When I walked into the cabin and found that you hadn't cleaned it and that you broke something and didn't tell me about it, I felt that you were taking advantage of my kindness." E is for express your wish. Esther Perel said, "Behind every complaint is a veiled wish." So what do you want? Maybe what you want is for them to pay to have it professionally cleaned. Maybe what you want is for them to replace the blender. Ask for what you do want instead of complaining about what you don't. And R is review to make sure it went through. Don't just say, "Do you understand?" or "Do you hear me?" They may nod, but that's not a verbal agreement. Say, "So what's your understanding of our agreement?" So they articulate the changed behavior and what they're going to do differently from now on. That's this week's issue of Better Newsletter. Until next week, here's to being better, one day at a time.